So, good morning. I am trying to get my thoughts together on a topic that I've been wanting to talk about, and I this morning I was really inspired. So I went to work out to kind of lift my mood because had been I woke up just when you wake up with an off morning, I just woke up with a way off morning, and so I decided to go work out. I'm going to work out, and I do this imagery. I do this imagery in my mind about um, actually sending, I guess, I guess love and positivity to world spiritual leaders like Thich Nhat Hanh and Sadhguru and the Dalai Lama and the Pope. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this, and I just got to thinking they're all men. They're all men. They're all men. And it's not that I'm anti-man because I don't have daddy issues. My dad was the best dad I could ever ask for and gave me, a picture of men that was, I was just so lucky to have that because not everybody gets that. But my dad was very nurturing and very strong and very smart. So I wanted to talk about this. I had recently I told you all about the snowstorms. We had these snowstorms in town, and I know not surprisingly, all the men were being chivalrous and coming out and helping us with getting our cars out. And I mean, in actuality, all men. There weren't any women out except for me. And I'm standing out there, and my neighbor, my closest neighbor, is she's a really beautiful woman, and she's blonde as well. I just have to point that out. Anyway, so they had dug it out, and they had asked her to get in her car, and she had done what she did, and then she couldn't move. She got stuck, and she got out, and I had suggested that I said, I know this sounds counterintuitive, but try going forward and then gain some momentum, and you'll get out. And she's like, oh, no. I mean, she just wasn't even going to consider that. And then this man walks up and he says, well, why don't you try going forward and blah, 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 blah. And, oh, okay. And so she gets in her car, she goes forward, backs out. And I just got to thinking about how even women don't listen to women. They don't listen to women. They don't want to listen to women. It's like we've been trained that somehow, men are smarter, they know more, and also in ourselves, like we don't have the capacity to do things that like a quote man could do. And I've been single for years, and so I had to figure stuff out. And so I figured out some pretty amazing things. Like I had when I moved into this place, they had made a mistake, and the socket was the wrong socket for my dryer. So I was like, well, how hard is that to replace? When they came to install it, they said, oh, well, it's not bad, but make sure you turn off your electricity when you do it. And so my son and I, like, we got together and we got that fixed. I put a new heat element in my oven. I learned how to do pilot lights in my oven at my former place. I figured out how to get the electricity going again. I could not find like this certain thing, and I Googled it and found, I've had to figure stuff out myself, building my own capacity to be able to take care of myself and my children. And you know what? I really like it. I like it. I like being able to do that. I even like completely redid my toilet. I took out the parts and put in a whole new toilet. Playing plumber. Anyway, I got a sidetrack. However, um, I was trained. I guess I should only be speaking for myself. Like, and I got this double thing going on. Not only am I blonde, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. And so we have this view of women, and we don't take them seriously. We don't take them seriously. And I've had some feedback over the last 24 hours, and I was considering it, and in the interest of not doing what we do and putting, on a higher level this way, not in spiritual pride, but it's like I'm just on a completely different wavelength. I'm on a different wavelength. However, I have developed a persona of sweetness, of sweetness to just get by. I mean, I learned at a young age that you have to dress a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to do all that, and it's mainly to attract a man, because my God, you're not going to be okay in this world if you don't have a man. You're not okay. What is wrong with you that you can't attract a man? and and so I developed this. Ability to be sweet. So when I'm not sweet, I think there's something wrong, and I'm like, if I'm angry, or if I'm feeling down, I have a personality disorder. If I'm having a mood, like if I wake up on the, quote unquote wrong side of the bed, I I have, there's something really wrong with me. I don't know. Do they say this about men? I'm just curious. I don't know. I guess they call men like a narcissist if he, I guess that there is a counterpart for men in this particular area, but I just wanted to talk about it because another thing that came up today was Elizabeth Warren as a presidential candidate. And I got to thinking about the last election, and I got to thinking about how many women, I mean, it wasn't just men, it was women who can't stand her. And I guess I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I mean, and it's like if she had an impossible situation. I mean, whatever she did, she was not going to win a certain amount of the population, and a lot of the millennials didn't like her. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they felt like she was too much a part of, government, and they didn't want more of that. They didn't vote the other way either. They ended up not voting. Like a ton of young people did not vote. Like a third didn't vote at all. They were really disappointed in both candidates. And I was thinking about Elizabeth Warren, who I think has been incredibly brave. I really like her. I like her. However, I'm thinking about writing her a letter. I'm going to write her a letter and say, I'd like to be on your team. I'd like to help you get elected, because I fear she will be viewed as weak. I fear she will be viewed as weak. I mean, anyway, because I just know that I have developed a persona, and Elizabeth Warren is like another one of those that, I mean, she is all female. She is a very, very strong woman, and she has stood up for her principles, and I really, really think she would do a good job. And I'm sitting here, how do we make femininity and gentleness a strength instead of a weakness? Like I was thinking this morning about President Obama and how a number of people thought he was weak because he was gracious to other world leaders, and he would like bow to, get, whatever medallion they were putting on him, and oh, well, he was weak. Graciousness is not weakness. Anyway, I'm going to go, but I wanted to say this, that I am not anti-man. I'm not anti-man, and I'm not like a hardline feminist. I'm really not. I had somebody had once talked to me about this, and he said, "Well, you know, Jamie, where are you at?" I said, "Well, I don't want to wear the pants. I just want to share them." I don't want to wear the pants. I just want to share them. Why can't we come together in some sense of equality, like between men and women? I mean, I just, both of them are extremely valuable. Anyway, sorry, I'm doing that giggly persona again. I'm going to have to learn how to lose it, not be giggly anymore. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.